Space right here.
Mm,
I want to put a vinyl, like in a frame, it'd be either Ziggy Stardust or Sex Pistols Friggin' in the Riggin'.
yeah. I can't
Yeah.
wait till I move because I'm not doing anything in here. There's no point till I move now.
Yeah.
Um,
Hello, coffee beans. Welcome back to Grab Your Brew, the podcast where folklore, history, and the darker corners of human beliefs collide.
Usually with coffee, questionable decisions, and monsters that make you reconsider leaving the house after dark.
I'm Leanne.
And I'm Jodie.
Now, last episode, we explored the European vampire panic of the 18th century, bloated corpses, government investigations, and villagers digging up graves just to make sure Uncle Peter wasn't snacking on the neighbours.
But today we're travelling further east to the Southeast Asia, where vampire folklore becomes considerably stranger.
Because these vampires don't just rise from coffins.
No, they fly through the night.
Sometimes is a head, and sometimes is a half of a body. I need
And
to lose half of
occasionally,
my body.
yeah, but that's somehow more disturbing though, isn't it? Half a
Yeah.
body. I think a
Half my
head
weight
is
then.
occasionally occasionally they show up as a beautiful ghost waiting in a jungle. I don't know why the jungle, but the jungle.
Which is exactly the sort of thing you want to encounter while on a walking home at night. But I guess you wouldn't be walking through a jungle at night, depending on where you live.
Some people do live in the jungle though, don't they?
Yeah.
Hmm. Across Southeast Asia, we find several terrifying creatures that share similarities with vampires. So this is more about vampiric creatures. Remember, not necessarily the European vampire that we've come to know in movies. And many of them do involve detaching body parts and flying heads.
It's a skill right there.
I know.
And honestly, it does sound like something a horror writer invented after too much coffee.
Yeah, yeah. Could you imagine? Hang on, love. I need to take my head off.
That was maybe that's why they're saying if my head wasn't screwed on, I'd lose it.
It could be.
I would lose
Southeast
my body all
Asia.
the time.
Yeah. These stories were centuries before modern films, though, because
Mhm.
most modern films, well, at least Hollywood films, to be specific, it's all about the seductive vampire, isn't it? Or sparkly, as we've come to know.
Oh, yeah.
So, our first creature is I can never quite say it, Penanggalan. And I know I'm butchering it. I'm sorry. Leanne will put it somewhere here. And this is, ugh, and it appears in Malay folklore, also in Malaysia.
During the day, she appears to be a normal woman, wherever normal is.
That's already suspicious then, isn't it?
Very suspicious. But at
Mm,
night, her head detaches from her body, and the head basically just flies through the air with internal organs hanging out beneath it, as you do.
probably one of the most disturbing sentences we've said so far in this series.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'd
Mm,
be like, I worry about like my undergarment showing, and she just like let it all hang out, literally.
yeah, it's just all there for the world to see.
Hmm. The word we can't say, Penanggalan, is
Penanggalan. Penanggalan.
said to target pregnant women and newborn babies, which reflects a real historical fear. Childbirth used to be incredibly dangerous then.
Oh, yeah, so unexplained deaths of mothers or infants were sometimes attributed to supernatural causes.
And in this case, flying vampire head.
Oh, goodness. These beliefs were actually recorded by colonial writers in the 19th century. British administrator, um, brain blank, Sir Frank Swettenham, if I'm saying that correctly, described Malay
Swettenham.
folklore. Yeah, sounds
I
odd,
think it
doesn't
would be
it?
like Sweetingham. Sweetingham. I don't know. I'm
Don't know.
dyslexic, so don't count on me, guys.
But yeah, I described Malay folklore about women practicing dark magic who could detach their heads and fly at night.
I mean, you'd get in smaller spaces though, wouldn't you?
You would. You'd make a good spy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. According to these accounts, though, villagers feared the creature would basically come searching for pregnant women, which must
Mm.
have made pregnancy even more stressful than it already is.
God, I can't imagine. But according to folklore, the Penanggalan must return to its body before sunrise, and villagers have developed methods to stop it, of course.
Wonder if the way we're looking at this word, Penanggalan, is how they look at supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It could be. It's like,
They're
where do
like,
we even
what?
begin?
Yeah.
'Cause it's knowing which part of the word to stress.
Yeah. Our one involved one involved placing thorns or broken glass around their body, because when the head returns, the exposed organs just could become tangled with the glass and stuff, which so I was having
It's
mental pains of thinking about that.
yeah, it's clever and deeply unpleasant. It's like, she's been
Yeah.
she's tired. She's been flying around all night,
Be
bodiless.
considerate of her.
And
She's
then
been
it's like,
stalking
oh
all
my
night.
god, yeah, it's like, oh my god, my
Women's
intestines are now
rights.
destroyed. I know. Support your local Penanggalan.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Filmmakers did eventually discover this creature.
mm,
One famous example appears in an Indonesian horror film, Mystics in Bali,
Bali,
or
yeah.
whatever. Bali. From 1981. Its features are absolutely terrifying. Flying head, spinning spirit, closely related to the Penangalan folklore.
Yeah, and if you've seen those special effects,
You probably remember them forever.
yeah. I mean, it's an old movie, but it's pretty decent. Next, Philippines, where we get to meet the Manananggal. Manananggal.
Yeah, Manananggal.
I'm so sorry. Leanne, speed that bit up so I sound like I've pieced it together.
Oh my gosh, mm, sorry guys. Manananggalala. And it's like Gal.
It's knowing
Manananggal.
it's remembering how many N's and G's there are.
Yeah, it's like every other letter is A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N. Gal.
Manananggal.
Manananggalala. Oh, it's a new song. Manananggalala. Okay. Is that word is one of the most famous monsters in the Filipino folklore.
And it shares similarities with Penanggalan.
That's just because they like a
But
lot of
what
A's, I think.
yeah, but with a disturbing difference.
Instead of just a flying head separating, its entire torso detaches from the lower body. I mean, how do they use the bathroom? Actually,
They
it'd be a
mustn't
good way
need
to
it.
clean your butt, wouldn't it? Like a waxing your bikini line would be amazing.
Well, yeah, 'cause you'd be able just to think, "Right, I'll just detach myself. Let's put
Yeah,
you over
first person
there."
view. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
like wax your legs in your
And
no area, and you'll be completely good. No patches.
and, if you needed to diet, you could just fast through the day, eat at night, and it just fly out of your organs as you're going through the night.
See, people aren't do not give them their special flowers over here.
I know. Oh, it does somehow make it worse though, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
I can get on board with just a head flying around, with the hair.
hit it with a baseball bat,
But they're being cut off mid-torso, kinda. I think that's a bit freakier, and it flies through
intestines
the
hanging
night.
out.
Yeah.
Could choke you with
So
its intestines.
pretty
Sorry,
sure I've seen a
mental
movie
imagery.
where that happened. I have seen
Probably.
so many movies. I love a lot of Asian movies, and I've seen quite a few
Mm.
where the head flies off or partial body. Because there was one, and I will remember the name and get it to you, and they're lying on the floor thinking, we'll look for footprints, something's after us, and there's no feet. They're looking under the door, and then they get up, and there it is, this body, partial body, with intestines.
It's a perfect murder spree.
I'm going to calm myself
No
down now.
footprints.
Yeah, but it flies through the night searching for victims, and it has an elongated tongue to drain blood.
Once again, pregnant women are the common targets in the stories. This reflects the same in historical fears surrounding childbirth.
Yeah, it's a common one, isn't it? It boils down to
Yeah.
fear. Some Filipino stories describe hearing a strange clicking or flapping sound at night. Yeah, like it.
It's not my bingo wings, I promise.
In fact, if you've seen the TV series Grimm, they've got an ash one in it, and they're similar type of belief. And
They also have it in Supernatural too, where they go to a spa.
yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
they call it a tick tick. According to folklore,
No,
the
Not
quieter the
tick
sound,
tock, tick tick.
tick tick. So it's
Tick.
like a. So if you hear that at
Yeah.
night,
It
yeah.
might not be the local bat. It might be something
Do you know
coming to
what the
drink your
weird?
blood.
Yeah, but the scarier part is the closer. Hang on, the quieter the sound, the closer it is. So when you hear it and then it starts to fade, it's actually closer.
See, probably the way my ear works, it would probably be the opposite for me because somebody in
Yeah.
front of something further away sounds louder to me. That's why when something's behind me, it sounds like it's coming from over there.
Yeah, I've
It's
scared the life
weird.
out of you when we were on us hunt until you turned around and I was just
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this is basically, let's face it, it probably is the least comforting thing you could hear while laying in bed at night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, weaknesses. This creature's weakness is its lower body.
Imagine these episodes, guys, as like Pokemon cards with their kryptonite on it. Like we're giving you
Oh,
their
yeah.
weaknesses, so we're preparing you like
We
Pokemon.
are your horror movie survival guide.
Yes, surviving the movie. I saw. Someone. Sorry, I was designing Pokemon cards on my head for surviving horror
Oh, you
movies.
were.
I'm still copywriting that, guys. Do not steal that.
I
It's
was mentally
11:10 a.m.
thinking, yeah. My head was thinking, we
11:10
could do this for the
a.m.
blog.
the 23rd of March 2026. If you guys steal this idea, I'm coming for you. I will sue. I'm broke. I will sue you. If someone
Yeah, and
finds the body before sunrise,
they can prevent the creature from reattaching.
traditionally by covering it in salt, garlic, or ash. There's a new one.
And if sunrise happens before the halves reconnect,
The Manananggal dies.
See, when we were going
Dead.
through that, my brain was thinking,
Dead.
we need to design a card so that I can put
Yeah.
an image of all these creatures for the blog and do it as a get your card up. Quick, there's a floating head. What do I do? I'll go on the blog.
Find the body.
So the Manananggal, I will get there,
Manananggal.
appears frequently in Filipino horror cinema. It'll have been a Filipino movie. I saw what it. And this one is good. I like this movie. It's called Shake, Rattle and Roll. It's like a horror anthology, and it's also in like TV
Oh.
dramas and comics.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. A flying torso vampire is exactly the effective horror imagery.
Much needed. Yeah. So the final creature tonight, and I've seen some good movies on this one as well, is the Pontianak in Malay. So the Indonesian version, and there's a movie on Netflix by this name, is the Kuntilanak. Kuntilanak. It's a good film. I think there's 3 or 4 movies, and they follow on. So good. But they're essentially the same creature under a different name. So we've got Pontianak, Nanak, and the Kuntilanak.
Like other creatures we've discussed, the Pontianak appears, and I should know that one because I used to have a Pontiac. It's just adding a T in it. Pontiac appears as a beautiful woman.
Which in folklore is always a bad sign.
That's why you should never think with your PP. The Pontiac, the Pontiac Tiaca. That is often believed to be a spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. These spirits are said to haunt forests and remote areas.
And just a random bit of information, they're associated with banana trees. So we'll put that one on the card. Stay away from banana trees.
Wow, suddenly this makes banana trees a lot more unsettling.
Pontianak, two N's,
And
sorry. They often appear gentle and distressed. Like, you're gonna be the whole sob story. And then it transforms into something monstrous, of course.
I just had an image of like a little kid.
Yeah.
Stories describe claws, fangs, and of course violent attacks, otherwise it wouldn't be a vampire, right? Which brings us closer to the vampire imagery we've all come familiar with.
So, according to local legend, the Indonesian city of Pontianak was named after the spirit. The stories say that when the city's founders arrived in the area in the 18th century, the land was haunted by a Pontianak.
This way you do your research before you, well, I guess they didn't purchase the land, did they? Check these things before you buy it.
Yeah.
Cannons were fired to drive the spirit away before the settlement could even begin. It's a bad sign to begin with, which is a very
Mm.
dramatic way to start in urban planning for sure.
Yeah. So the Pontianak has been hugely influential in Southeast Asian horror movies, as I've already said. But one of the earliest films was a Malaysian movie called Pontianak from
Ooh.
1957.
And the creature appears in modern films such as The Curse of the Pontianak. This proves that folklore monsters make excellent horror villains for sure.
But yeah, we love them, don't we? And many of these
Mhm.
vampire traditions reflect real historical fear. This is a theme, isn't it, in a lot of ours? Where did it come from? It's always fear-based, isn't it?
Yeah.
So childbirth mortality, night predators, disease. It's always the way, isn't it?
I also believe in there's a truth behind every folklore too. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like as humans, we do not have an original thought, unfortunately. So I feel like
There's always a
all
grain
horror
of truth.
movies stem
Yeah.
from truth somewhere. Folklore did
Mm.
transform these fears into supernatural creatures.
And sometimes those creatures become unforgettable monsters, unless you're like my daughter and you really sympathize with them.
Yes, she's like, you don't understand the pain they went through to turn them into this.
And
Race
then a
next
psycho.
episode. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, she just sympathizes with the psycho. She'd be the psycho's best friend, helping them hide the body. She'd be the
Yeah.
accomplice.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I keep telling you, I understand your pain, but I'm tired of digging these holes now.
That's my girl.
In the next episode, we move to Africa and the Caribbean, where vampires take on entirely different forms.
Including the Adzai. A vampire that can turn into a firefly.
Which is not something we expected to say when starting this series. Thank you for grabbing a brew with us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow the podcast and share with your fellow folklore fans. Doesn't cost you nothing to subscribe.
And if you've got your own spooky story or local legend, you can email us at grabyourbrew@gmail.com or message on one of our platforms. We're on Reddit, we're on Threads, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Go for it.
If you can't find us under Grab Your Brew, it will be Grab Your Brew Podcast. Thank you so
Yes.
much for enduring us yet again, guys. We appreciate your souls. Have an amazing week.
Thank you. Bye.